Welcome to All Over the Place, a rounded third production with your hosts, Eric Korvosnik, Jim Culver, Marty Zamora, and Kathy Rankin.
Hey, I'm Kathy Rankin, and you are on All Over the Place where the fun sanity never ends.
Hello, and welcome back to All Over the Place. I'm your host, Eric Korvosnik, bringing in Jim Culver. Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, the voice not cracking like it did in an alternate intro. Marty, how you doing?
Doing well.
Hey, good. I'm glad you two are the only ones who got a chuckle out of that the now scrapped intro. But
yeah, it was something else.
It was very Peter Brady, and it's been that
Very
kind of week.
Peter Brady.
A lot of umping, and I saw two amazing shows this week. And actually, I'm not sure if I brought it up in the previous recording, but saw Devo, one of Marty's favorites, a couple weeks tomorrow, and had a phenomenal time there. Just this past week, Jim, you'd have loved it. David Byrne, and it was pretty much a talking head show.
Nice.
I did 2/3 of the set, probably 3/4 of the set. Talking heads and some good deep cuts too.
Fantastic.
Like Now Your Melody, This Must Be the Place. Oh God, Swamp. It was amazing. In addition, and She Was, and the ones you kind of expect from a hit standpoint. And then last night, headed down to Tucson, a little club called 191 Tool. Oh my goodness, Mammoth. But it's the sixth time I've gotten to see Mammoth, and it was in a really, really tiny club. And I was, 3 rows off the stage. It was fantastic. And they had a great opening act called James and the Cold Gun. A nice little nod there to Kate Bush off of her first album, a song off of that. And the band was tight and loud and melodic. And I won a t-shirt because they asked people to do a crazy dance. And I was one of 2 people to win. Coming off of a David Byrne show a few days earlier, you think I don't have crazy dance in my repertoire? I won. And also, very quickly, I want to throw a shout out. This T-shirt given to me by our recent guest Rick Hughes when we were up in Scottsdale, and Rick's old band Sword. And big props to Rick. And I want to thank everybody who's made his show such an astounding success. A lot of views, a lot of more comments, I think, than we've gotten for any other show. Very excited about this one, and just want to thank Rick again for taking the time for me and Kathy to talk with him over at Vinyl Record Dude. And, a shout out very quickly, Vinyl Record Dude, picked that one up, the Mike Peters album, which came out early 90s, but issued on vinyl for the first time, and picked that up on Record Store Day weekend. And just shout out to Nick and our good friends over there at Vinyl Record Dude. Good times. Oh, and also I got to give a shout out once again to Martin Zamora for hooking me up with the Union Hall triple cask. God, this is phenomenal whiskey.
So good. And I did run out of that. And my wife, right before she left for her business trip, she hit me with a little bit of this.
Oh, what do we got? Oh, very nice.
Yum.
It's the 2 guys from the show that she watches. I don't know, but it turns out that it's very good. So,
hey, between all the whiskey that we drink on this show, Marty, we got to get sponsors.
I know that would be great to get a whiskey sponsor,
right?
I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to start writing some stuff down. Okay. But before we do that, folks, we have a new segment we are introducing, and I wish Kathy was here for this because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of music discussed in the course of this. And this is a segment we're going to be bringing back time and again. And just to mix things up with our threefers and our what were you thinkings? Oh no, what were you thinking? That's another one that's going to be coming up. And what else we have? A segment for our guests. Make up your mind, dude. And what was the other one we recently introduced?
Extremes.
We go to extremes. Thank you. Yes. It must be too much of the whiskey, folks. I can't remember what our segments are. But In Defense Of is where we are going to be taking a particular topic, and everyone is going to have their own respective one. And we are just going to be defending what other people would consider indefensible. It's our love for a particular topic. And, Jim, you are. We're going to kick it off with you, and tell us why are we wrong? And by we, I mean the royal we on a particular subject, and you are right.
Okay. So mine is movie centric. Shocker, I know. But but I'm going to go with a famous movie character who, especially in recent years, has gotten a major backlash as not as being kind of not an unintentional villain in the story. But I don't think so. I think it is a wrong-headed backlash, in my opinion. So the movie is Forrest Gump. The character is Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny.
So
Damn.
huge backlash,
Wow.
right? If you've been online, okay, all right, let's hear it.
Are you sure? Wow.
This is why we have this topic, folks. So that friction that you so desire from your shows.
I've dated a couple of Jennies in my life, and boy, they seem like villains.
You know what?
Oh,
Senator, the floor is yours.
You are not. You know what? You were not the only one. But that goes to my point, though. So yeah, there's been a huge backlash against Jenny, basically saying that she's the villain of the story. She, there's a meme that goes around social media all the time where it says, "Okay, I'm leaving Forrest. I'll come back when you're a millionaire, and I'm a single mom with AIDS." I think that's how it goes.
I think you wrapped it all up there good.
But it's not. It's totally misleading. That's the thing. So she comes back into his life, right? And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but she comes back into his life. She doesn't know he's rich. It's not public knowledge. She's just reached out to him because she happened to see him on TV, and she's sick, and she reaches out to him because she wants him to get to know his son, so that his son isn't left alone when she dies. So it's not some selfish need to get her hands on his cash or something. She's trying to reunite them so that her son can have a father. She's trying to do the right thing by her son. And the first thing she does when he shows up is apologize for everything she did. And full-throated apology. Everything she does in the movie is consistent with people that have been abused, people that have been traumatized, right? They make all the wrong choices. They push people away that try to put them in a better place. They treat people badly. And if you want to argue that she's not good enough for Forrest, I agree. She's not. And you know what? Neither is Lieutenant Dan, who also treats Forrest like crap after he saves his freaking life in Vietnam. Because that's the whole point of the character, is that he is pure and he redeems the people around him by not walking away from them. And so that's a story of redemption. So Forrest Gump isn't a love story. It's not a rom-com. It's a redemption story about tragic people. And that's what I think a lot of people miss about it. It's not some rom-com where we're supposed to root for the relationship and we're supposed to see them as equals and worthy of each other. That's not the story at all. It's about a guy who kind of wanders through life, doesn't really know what's going on. That's the whole point, is his point of view is skewed because he's, shall we say, touched. I think that's the old-fashioned term for it. And so because of that, he becomes a redemptive force for people around him that maybe don't deserve it, including her. She probably doesn't deserve it, but the point is that he loves her anyway, and that redeems her. At the end, she becomes a better person, and he's able to save her through that. So that's what the story is really about. It's not about like their love and that they're perfectly worthy of each other, because they're not. She isn't. But he makes her a better person by not giving up on her, and that's the point of the story. So
I'm with you, Jim. I'm with you. It's easy to take the road of, yeah, she's the bad guy, she's the villain, but there's a lot of people in there who treat Forrest like Lieutenant Dan, chief amongst them, and being just ungrateful. And it's redemption. And Forrest is the uniting character, like the pure force. So yeah, no argument for me with everything you've said. Throat goat or no?
And by the way, the movie does. The movie does have a villain, by the way. But it's not her. It's her dad.
Damn it, Jim. I'm an
Did
asshole.
you just change
not an
Marty's mind,
analyst.
Jim? I think you may have.
You did, and I completely forgot that she was abused and she had a horrible childhood. Of course, she was going to be a complete asshole and a hose beast. We know this. This is what happens. It fucks people up. Damn it, Jim. You're right. You're right. You won me over. You're right.
And, folks, this is why we have In Defense Of. Maybe you might change your mind on something. You never know.
Shit.
But for now, Marty, we're going to take it up to you. What do you got for us?
Man, I don't know. I hate being wrong, but I was wrong. All right. Well, I'm not wrong about this one, and you guys are going to totally – it won't be the same as Jim's, for sure. There's only one redeeming character in my whole story, and other than that, you guys are going to be like, I'm full of shit. But I'm going to just say it. 3 little words. Trailer Park Boys. That show is so goddamn funny. Maybe you got to be a teenage-minded adult, and maybe you got to be a little tired of life and just want something stupid. But man, does it deliver! It is dumb, stupid shit from beginning to end. And while the later years, it wasn't very good, but the original production, the original cast, man, the characters. I mean, they were whoever wrote the characters, genius, because they're all very different, but they sort of form this scaffolding of idiocy that somehow holds everything up. It's fucking great. So the 3 main characters are Julian, Ricky, and Bubbles, and everybody. That's the one you guys are going to have a heart for, Bubbles, because he's a lovable character, and even the 2 idiots, Julian and Ricky, love him. So Julian is a dude. He walks around with a drink like this all day, every day, everywhere he goes. That's a gag that's in every episode. He's in a shootout. He's got a gun in one hand and a glass of cocktail, some cocktail. It's not a beer. It's a cocktail in a lowball glass. And he's sort of the voice of reason. He's sort of, he looks out for Bubbles and whatever, because Ricky's a fucking idiot. And Bubbles is great. He's lovable. Everybody knows about Bubbles. He's got he takes care of cats and he lives in a shed. And I mean, one of his best lines, these preachers come to the trailer park. And by the way, this whole thing, if you haven't seen it, it's these guys that grew up in this trailer park in Canada. And they were smart. And in order to get around Canadian winter, they had these idiots go to jail every winter, and then they would get out in the spring, and then we'd have a new season. It was kind of brilliant. So they avoided all the freezing cold. They didn't have to do any work in that.
Keep thinking, clerk.
Yes. So Bubbles is just, so these preachers come to the trailer park. It's a dude and his daughter. It wasn't his daughter, but whatever. So they come to preach the word, and the girl's asking him about, do you read the Bible? And he says, well, and then the preacher guy goes, can you read, son? And the greatest line ever delivered, well, it all depends. Can you go fuck yourself? It was just a perfect joke. Bubbles perfection. Anyway, he loves the kitties, and he says Sam Squanch instead of Sasquatch. That's why I love him. He believes in that dude, just like I do. But he calls him Sam Squanch because he even says in one episode he knows it's not Sam Squanch, but that's what he likes to call it. Anyway, he's a great guy. He takes care of cats, lives in a shed, and then Ricky. Ricky is sort of the bumbling fool, the guy that just does all the dumb guy jokes, and it's just a flood of them all the time, And he's got there's a whole part of the internet devoted to Rickyisms. He just says stupid shit. He can't get any nomenclatures right. He can't get any idioms right. None of it. He doesn't get any of it right. One of the things he does all the time to the weaker people in his whatever the scene is or whatever, he'll go, smokes, let's go. And it doesn't matter if they are on the verge of getting arrested or they just crashed the car. He's like, come on, let's go, smokes. And and the guy will give him a cigarette, whoever it is. I mean, it could be a guy he's in the middle of an argument with, and he'll see he has cigarettes. Come on, smokes, let's go. And the person will just, for some reason, give him. Anyway, so I'm just going to run down a quick, and this is to convince you that the shit's funny. These are all just with me saying them. They're not going to hit like when he says it, but he just says dumb shit. Besides the smoke stuff, like the reasons that, whatever. Number one, blah, 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 blah. And number B or 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck we're on, he fucks that up. It's a supply and command situation. What's another one? You make my words. I'm gonna get my grade 10. Just stupid shit. I thought your name was Randy Leahy. Oh, that's my mother's mating name. Did you say mating name? Just dumb stuff. Yes, you're right. It's all dumb shit.
He's a malaproper.
He just doesn't quite get it right. He's close, right? It doesn't take rocket appliances to figure it out. What? My favorite, and my wife and I still say it because I don't know, but he says jalapenos, and what he means is jalapeno chips. Give me some jalapenos. It's dumb, but the way he delivers the line, the way it is, it's just funny. He passed with flying fucking carpets. That's another one. Just dumb shit. And I go with the last one. He's like, I did it. A tota so. A tota fucking so. A tota so. And he's trying to say is I told you so, but he doesn't realize that that's 3 words. He just says a tota so. He's just an idiot. And but he's a lovable kind of idiot, and he's just dumb. He's just really dumb, and he says dumb shit. And if you don't like dumb stuff, like Eric doesn't, because he's nodding off over there, but I don't care. It's dumb, and I love it. Last one, Mr. Leahy, the drunk trailer park supervisor. He just drives around the trailer park fucking hammered in this old big giant 4-door Buick. And I mean, he does shit too. Like, Ricky, that's willful destruction of garbage, because Ricky was throwing the trash and all over the ground. It was just dumb. One of my favorite bits of his was that he started carrying around a breathalyzer. And the quote went something like, I used to ride around and, like at a 0.20, just hammered, and I couldn't get anything done. Well, now I got this breathalyzer and it tells me, and now I cruise around at a 0.12, 0.14, somewhere in there, right there in the pocket. And, it's dumb, stupid shit like that makes me love this show. It's, it's dumb. I understand. I'm going to be real serious.
Nothing wrong with dumb.
It's a dumb, stupid show, and I love it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking love Trailer Park Boys, and I haven't watched it through in about a year, so it's time. So I'm going to start tonight. My wife and I will
to do a recycling. And
Yep.
have you seen the Bubbles movie?
I have.
And how was our friend Zach in it?
Yeah, good. The whole thing was good. It doesn't quite measure up to the original show, but whatever does. But it's pretty good. The Bubbles character, he's a good guy. He's lovable and stuff, but it does have its limits. But that ensemble together, just love it, man.
What movie lives up to the TV show that spawned it? The Fugitive. That's what.
Oh, well, okay. There you go. The outlier that proves it.
We do have exceptions to the rule. There aren't many.
Yes. But anyway, so I used to love watching it, and I got turned on to it by my friend Dan Whitman, and I found out he got turned on to the show by his dad, who's a pastor. Go figure. I don't know. But man, I just love it. It's dumb. I like the Three Stooges. I like Our Gang or Little Rascals, Dumb and Dumber, Tommy Boy. This is right in my pocket. And I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not a dumbass. But the shit I watch, you might think I am. You really might.
Well, I enjoyed the episode that you had me watch where Rush was featured.
Yes,
and
that's the other.
him, so yeah,
that's the other Bubbles' redeeming quality is he's a giant Rush fan, and his bumbling friends that while they try to help him get to Rush, they fuck it up somehow every time.
Nice. I've watched a little bit of it. You know, I really didn't get it. I think
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. And you know, I love dumb humor. I love it. And I'm only like 2 generations removed from a trailer park myself, so it's not a class thing. It did not click for me, and I had the same reaction to Letterkenny. So something about that style of Canadian humor doesn't land with me for some reason. But you know what?
What about Schitt's Creek?
Schitt's Creek was okay. I liked it. I didn't love it the way you do, but
Schitt's Creek clicks with me big time.
Yeah, first of all, that's blasphemy to say Schitt's Creek was okay. But the one thing about both of those Canadian shows you mentioned, I love them both. It took me, especially with Trailer Park Boys, it took me 3 episodes or so before I got what they were doing. I understood the humor, and I really got in there, and I was in the pocket at about 0.14, 0.12, with the alcohol. No, it took me a little bit. So I do get that. I do get it. It took me a little bit. But
you know what? You've convinced me to watch more of it. I will give it another try.
If you got some time that you absolutely don't care that you get back, maybe try a couple of 3 episodes and see. Yeah, you may not. You may be too fucking smart. I don't know. But if you've been hit on the head, or if your parents smoked in the car with the windows up and you denied some oxygen when you were young, maybe you'll like it.
With those criteria in mind, I'm in.
So we're going to switch over to me now. And as with Jim, a movie topic, big shocker, music is where I'm going to go initially. I had some other thoughts, but I'm going to save those thoughts for another time. Soundtracks. I want to preface this with a question to you guys. Movie soundtracks. What are some of the key components of a movie soundtrack to you guys?
To make it good?
Just what makes up a soundtrack? Should it include all the movies or a good portion of the songs that were in the movie? Should there be multiple artists represented if multiple artists are singing songs in the film?
Yes, that's one of the biggest ones.
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to include most or all or most of the songs in the movie, because nothing pisses me off more than when I buy a soundtrack to a movie and half the freaking songs in the movie are not on the soundtrack. Because that's why you buy a soundtrack, to hear the songs that are in the movie.
Well, then Jim, I think I'm going to have you on board with this one. In my defense of Prince's Purple Rain as not a soundtrack album. Phenomenal Prince album.
Fucking guy.
So many hot songs on that. And the songs that were not released, actually one of the songs inspired Al Gore and Tipper Gore to start the PMRC, and that would be Darling Nikki.
Good thing for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Where would we be without it?
I know. But it is the key component missing from that one is what we just discussed. Multiple songs from multiple artists, not just Prince. Purple Rain is a Prince album with awesome music, including this, in my book, Let's Go Crazy, the hardest rocking song to reach #1 in the 80s.
Wait,
a challenge you guys can go off and do on your own.
The hardest rocking Prince song.
I challenge you to find a harder rocking song than Let's Go Crazy that hit #1 in the 80s. But that's a digression right now.
Challenge accepted.
And here's an example of a lot of soundtracks that include multiple songs from the artists represented in the movie. And here we go with Say Anything. Jim, I would have broken out singles for you, but I didn't want this to turn into the Cameron Crowe show. That's a topic for another show.
Now, that can't be a hard, fast rule, though.
It should be in my book. And that's why I created, and I wish I had it with me, I created the deluxe Purple Rain soundtrack, and it included all the songs in the movie, or it's just a snippet of Mountain Air. I couldn't get my hands on Des Dickerson's, Prince's original guitars from the Revolution. Let
me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
What do you do with something like A Nightmare Before Christmas. One artist.
But there's songs from multiple people in the soundtrack. So that is represented. The songs are represented. And soundtracks can take on, various forms. Look, you needed 2 volumes of Dazed and Confused to get all the music from that soundtrack.
I'm not really disagreeing. I think you're right.
I know, but my defense of this is Purple Rain is a Prince album, not a soundtrack album.
Fair enough.
And it's billed as a soundtrack album by Warner Brothers. But it doesn't include Des Dickerson. It doesn't include the 2 time songs, Jungle Love and The Bird. 2 very songs that played key roles in the movie. Apollonia 6, Sex Shooter, big part of the movie. These are songs that could have been included on a true soundtrack album. But it's a Prince album, not a soundtrack album. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got to say.
Hey, folks, if you want a copy of my deluxe soundtrack, it includes all those songs. Again, just a snippet of Dez's Mountain Air. But it also includes dialogue from the film.
Yeah, it's good. The guy put a thing together. And I will say this. I'm pretty strong-willed and sometimes pig-headed and stubborn. You guys have both convinced me. I disagreed, and I don't anymore.
Jim, what have we done?
I know. You beat the big monkey over the head, and you won.
Well, folks,
Convinced.
we're all friends here, so we love convincing each other of certain things. But we want to know what you think of our topics. Do you agree? Disagree? Let us know about that. What are some of the things that you want to be in defense of? And let's get a little jockey going, little volley back and forth with the comments, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever.
And if you don't comment, you're fucking up. Comment. Don't just sit there. It takes 10 seconds. Just do it. You're a pussy.
There's going to be more of these. There will be more of my voice cracking, and there will be more of these in defense ofs down the line, because I got a list of albums here that we're gonna have some fun with. Well, I am anyway. I hope you have fun as well. And Jim's got tons of movies. Marty's got tons of Sasquatch stories that we will delve into, or whatever. I'm going to be going after a certain way of life by not just younger generations, but unfortunately, they have influenced my generation.
Jobless way?
A way of footwear life. But that's for another show. There's your teaser, what we're going to get into on a future show. But until that future show, we want to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. We want to thank you for checking out Danny Zalesko Presents, going out, checking all the live shows coming, mainly here in the Southwest, but coast to coast. Danny does promote shows from Vegas and California all the way out to the East Coast in New York. Not that New York is an East Coast, just throwing that in there as a specific. And Vinyl Record Dude, make sure you're heading down there when you're in Scottsdale. Make sure you're heading over to DrumTalkTVBrilliance.com. See Dan Schindler and all of his awesome interviews and extra bonus live footage over there. And make sure you're checking out Kathy Rankin over at Instagram.com/RushFanatic. Until then, thanks again for watching, sharing, subscribing, liking, giving us your in defense ofs. And we'll be back real soon here on All Over the Place. Thanks a lot. Take care.
I'm going to go get some jalapenos.
All Over the Place, where the fun sanity never ends.
Hello and welcome back to All Over the Place.